Welcome one and all. We have perfect blue skies and quite a contest ahead of us. This really is a feel-good football match. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, this guy Saka, I've been praising since day one. Someone who has a great versatility in his game, the right attitude, very clever in how he operates around the pitch, and I think he has the potential to excel in most attacking positions. But when it comes down to it, I'd actually love to see him operate in a number 10 for a spell. I think he could thrive there.
Well, quite no argument for me on that one. So it's down to business here. Arsenal must be pretty concerned about this fixture pile-up.
Yeah, and when you've got fixture congestion, it only takes an injury or two and it can heap more pressure on a very difficult spell.
Chance! It's Rice. Decent chance! And they caught Reed. Big chance! Oh, that was close. Arsenal were imperious when the two sides last met, and the fans are asking for more of the same. Martinelli. Odegaard tries to dink it through. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Arsenal are on the receiving end of some fairly harsh criticism, namely about the tactical choices made by the boss.
I think it was quite fair, the criticism he received. He was blind to an obvious problem, and he was far too slow in reacting to it. He was never going to get away with that.
Vicious ball here.
Really are pushing their fullbacks forward now.
Aiming to do what?
Well, it's a case of engaging your opponents further up the pitch to take the sting out of opposition attacks. It's effectively a wide press.
Bruno Fernandes. And it's Odegaard. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Oh, nicely intercepted. And that's a foul. Free kick's been given. White wins the duel this time. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Zirkzee. Can he latch on to this? Matheus Cunha turns and goes back. That's going to go a long way. Now it's Martinelli. Great defending, strong and determined. Calafiori is, of course, making his first start in quite a while now. He ran himself into trouble there, free kick given away. And it's Ødegaard. That has been knocked clear. Do have a chance to counter here. Moved on forwards. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Aim forwards. And here's Xerxes. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. White. That's a nicely shaped ball. Deflected behind for a corner kick. They've played it short. And the finish! Oh, just lacked a decent finish. Matheus Cunha, Bruno Fernandes, Ugarte. Xerxes, spread out to the left. Oh, it's come to nothing. Ødegaard. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Now it's Saka, succumbs to the pressure. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Saka. Ødegaard. Oh, good spread. Muscular approach does pay off here. Ugarte. Xerxes played out to the left flank. There's the shot! He's done very well to get to that.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
This possibly the last play of the half. And it's hoisted clear. No way through, so... And the shot! Oh, it's come loose. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. And the first 45 minutes are up. Decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. The midway point of the game.
Manchester United really did turn up the tempo at the end of the half, and while they'll be disappointed not to have broken through, obviously, the chances will come, provided they can keep producing good spells. It's been a half with significantly more positives than negatives, I feel.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. And we're already back up and running after half-time. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Manchester United are the standout defensive side of the moment. They've not conceded in their last 5. Zubimendi does really well to win the ball there. Ugarte. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, some tackle that. Corner then. Time for a change in personnel. Mosquera tries to clear. Martinelli. Gabriel Jesus. White. And it's Bruno Fernandes.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Nice looking ball. Nicely worked. Martinelli!
What a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be a pivotal moment. Arsenal couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Mosquera. Zubimendi, gently done. Bruno Fernandes. That is a great pick out. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Rice. Now it's Gabriel Jesus. Martinelli, he is onto this. And it's played forward. Now, what about a counter-attack? Zirkzee. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Martinelli. Oh, well measured. Now it's Gabriel Jesus. Oh, he's got a crucial block in there. Gabriel Jesus unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now it's Zirkzee. Zirkzee. Oh, well played. He's taken that really cleanly. Calafiori forwards and with intent. And it's Bruno Fernandes.
Manchester United clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Now it's Martinelli. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Dealt with nicely by the defence. Matheus Cunha. It's run loose here. And that was nowhere near his best.
Manchester United really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
ball by the goalkeeper. Out to the left it goes, and he's managed to get free. Matheus Cunha. That is lovely. Casemiro. Bruno Fernandes.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Oh, that is asking for trouble. Always onto this. He has found the way through.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And here's Ahmad. And there goes the final whistle. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking perspective. Neither side able to make an impression despite all the huff and puff. You look back on the game then, Jim.
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.
Just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin for joining us and to wish you a very good day. So the field has been reduced now to just 8. It is quarter-finals day for the right to be within just one tie of the showpiece final. You can feel here the sense of possibility. And few venues rise to an occasion quite like this one. It is, of course, the world-famous Old Trafford. There is a perceptibly greater sense of urgency from both sides here, with a place in the last 4 on the line.
All the 8 sides still left here are perfectly entitled to think they have a good shot at this, Peter. It is quite an atmosphere here, and that's clearly raised the bar in terms of expectations from the crowd. They genuinely think, or certainly the feel is, that they'll get to see the game of the tournament.
Up and running. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
This guy, De Ligt, is very impressive. I mean, how many players get to skip or a top flight side in their teams? I'm someone who likes to think that I've seen my fair share of defensive grades, but this boy looks to have it all. If he fulfills his potential, we're in for something special.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Bruno Fernandes, Matheus Cunha. Clearly not happy with that. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Does really well to win the ball there. Matheus Cunha, now looking to orchestrate a counter.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Lofted upfield. Calmly anticipates. Well, that's beautifully weighted. He's going to be pulled back for that one. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. And so we have the first set piece of the game. Bruno Fernandes with a real chance here. Bruno Fernandes! Bruno, can he finish? He thumps it clear. should have done better, and he knows it.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
They get a throw in. It's a good run down the left-hand side. Bruno Fernandes. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Well, there's a probing ball. He's going to be disappointed with that. Matheus Cunha. Oh, it's Bruno Fernandes.
Are clearly looking to use the space out on the flanks here.
To what exactly, Jim?
Well, it can encourage the full-backs to get involved and increase their chances of more service into the box.
Big chance! No, that is rather wayward.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. So it is still 0-0. And the shot! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Beats it all. Shot a goal! In he goes again! And a reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Bugatti. Matheus Cunha, Šeško, and the finish! Decent strike, keeps it fizzing low.
Well, that's a cracking try. Good technique to keep it low too.
Strong and purposeful. Šeško, chance surely! Gets good distance on it. Goes for a shot!
Look, there are always tactical adjustments for any coach to make at half-time, but when your star man gives you a critical lead just before the break, everyone will be paying extra attention. It really is the ideal tonic. Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence, win good ball, and they're in.
Penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead. Jensen. That's a good chance! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
How about that touch, Peter? I mean, that was brilliant. He got the ball to go exactly where he wanted it. The touch was perfection, the finish imperfection.
Bruno Fernandes. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. 1-0 the score. Bruno Fernandes, spread out to the left. Matheus Cunha, great challenge, time to perfection. Bruno Fernandes. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Chance for a shot! Good effort, and it is right on half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I think the scoreline offers a fair reflection of the level of endeavour from both teams. I think they lead because they did most of the probing. A little more penetration, I think, should help them get the job done.
Manchester United are in at half-time with a slender one-goal lead. We're already back up and running after half-time.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up.
And a chance! Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Šeško. Keeper's got good distance on that. Can he spark a counter here? Bruno Fernandes. And the shot's Šeško! They scored! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion.
Manchester United, the danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
Manchester United are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Bruno Fernandes being hunted in packs.
Well, the quicker you cut out the service, the sooner you isolate his threat.
Defending was strong and firm. And he welcomes it in. And he's managed to get free. Oh, what a puck! There's the shot! Aim forwards.
Manchester United couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
That's a fabulous ball. That's good defending, very good defending.
Simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
That's offside. Yes, it is. Manchester United can make their change now with a break in play. A warm ovation on his way off, and that is the least he deserves.
I think he's put in a good shift, and their fans appreciate that. I think he can feel pretty happy with the contribution he's made.
And that could set him on his way. He's come in hard.
Yeah, I think the word from the touchline, Peter, is that defence needs to focus on runners and balls over the top.
Yeah, it's a clear change in approach, isn't it?
Yeah, and if they drop off, there has to be a strong level of industry from other departments in front.
De Ligt gets across to intercept that. It's taken out, that'll be a foul. He gets the ticking off and needs to be very careful now. De Ligt wins the duel this time. He's away! Ugarte shifted upfield. That's interception. His positioning was spot on. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. And they caught Reid. Ugarte. Oh, Red, nice interception. Rapidly approaching the end. Now just moments away from a semi-final place. Bruno Fernandes cuts out the pass. That's really well manoeuvred. Oh, nicely intercepted. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Fabio Carvalho. And that's going to be a goal kick. Could be danger here. Moved on forwards. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Ouattara, he's got away. And it's played forward. And it's Bruno Fernandes. He's found the way through. Can he finish? Potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Well, that was certainly impressive, Peter. Great run, just a shame the finish let him down.
Keeper has taken decisive action. Bruno Fernandes. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. So then, can they afford to believe? Just 2 games left, and the wind is well and truly in their sails. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Manchester United really were
And so the margin for error has finally vanished. The group stages are giving way here to dog-eat-dog football. It is knockout time. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Well, this is a noisier occasion all round. Everybody, Jim, knows what's at stake here.
Well, Peter, knockout competitions require knockout mindsets. There has to be a more dynamic edge to the whole approach, whether from going ahead or replying to going behind. This is when the adventure kicks in, and you have to be mentally prepared for a more intense pressure.
The whistle. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Bruno Fernandes has impressed me a lot. I mean, a few years ago he was the highest scoring midfielder in Europe with 33 goals in all comps, and we aren't even talking about his assists. His record of direct goal involvement is quite phenomenal.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Matheus Cunha, Bruno Fernandes, and he's heaved it away. Buchanan gently done. Ugarte, Matheus Cunha. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Sandro Martinez does really well to win the ball there. Pretty cagey early on from both sides. We expected better, and so did he. Šeško, Matheus Cunha, shoots! Goal! Manchester United! Breakthrough strike.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Manchester United make the perfect start. They are already ahead. Vega. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. It's run loose here. Yeah, he's fouled him there. It's a throw in. Partey. Gets a good foot in there. Now then, the ball's come loose. Ugarte. And it's Bruno Fernandes. This might spell... Oh, shooting chance! Really well taken goal. They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Oh, high quality goal, lovely first touch, sumptuous second. Doing very nicely, thank you.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Bruno Fernandes out towards the flank. Oh, nice touch. Matches Kun, and he shoots! He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. He's having a shot! And they're at it again in double quick time. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Now he has two. And things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Aim forwards. That's a little off target.
Gerard Moreno really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Šeško. Marcos Alonso. Now it's Perez. He could be in here. Gerard Moreno. Gerard Moreno. Marcos Alonso. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Takes a shot! And the keeper has done enough. Top stop.
Well, he looked pretty much unstoppable there. The only thing missing was the finish, of course.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Ugarte, played out wide. Great defending, strong and determined. Cross goes in there. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And the first half is done. Well, that was as one-sided as it gets. Only one side have shown up here, and they're just tearing it up at will.
Well, they're in a great position, Peter, so why stop now? I would say keep going, keep at it. They've done everything right so far, so they want to keep things that way.
Manchester United are cruising it at half-time, 3-0 ahead. action is back underway. Perez. Well timed, excellent interception. Moved on forwards. Can he latch on to this? He's in a great position here. Shashko. Bruno Fernandes. Chance! Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Good take, and is he in? And it's played forward. Gerard Moreno could move up a gear here. Lisandro Martinez, some resolute defending there. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Matheus Cunha. Bruno Fernandes. Ugarte. Marcos Alonso. That'll be a throw-in. Time for a change in personnel. Perez. Now it's Gerard Moreno. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Bruno Fernandes has found the net here, of course. Now it's Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, I think the word from the touchline, Peter, is that defence needs to focus on runners and balls over the top.
Yeah, it's a clear change in approach, isn't it?
Yeah, and if they drop off, there has to be a strong level of industry from other departments in front.
Now it's Perez. Wins the duel this time. And it's Bruno Fernandes. And that's been won straight back. And that has been cleared. Perez. Succumbs to the pressure. Vega. Solomon forwards and with intent. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Matheus Cunha. Trying everything to subdue him here.
Well, this defence now knows that they have to reduce his movement because they've allowed him to run free.
That's really well manoeuvred. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Solomon. Good spell of possession this, but very little to show for it. Aim forwards. It's been slipped through. Great position here. And that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. He'll try to keep this alive. Bruno Fernandes. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go.
Well, you have to feel a little for the player being taken off here. I think he's been made the scapegoat after that, but I guess something had to be done. I suppose it did need a little change.
Good play on the left-hand side here. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Perez, delicate ball, and it needs to be. Casemiro. Ahead by 3, but they won't want to take their foot off the pedal. Solomon did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. 5 minutes left on the clock. Partey moved on forwards. And he cuts out the supply. Real chance, decent chance! Oh, just lacked a decent finish. Liga. Partey, forwards and with intent. That is a great pick out. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. So a very satisfactory result for the home team and indeed the home crowd. They march on the front foot into the second leg. You look back on the game then, Jim.
This was all about tactics, Peter. A weakness in the central areas, both in defence and midfield, which is something we referred to before the game, and the manager was smart enough to make sure it was exploited.
So hello and welcome to everybody who has joined us for the build-up to this occasion of ultimate tribalism. And as you would expect, that build-up has been remarkable. They fight here not just for the pride of their manor, but in the ultimate show of one-upmanship. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. You're feeling this for you, Jim.
Well, you know my record in derbies, Peter, but despite all that, it's an experience I savour. Yes, there's an awful lot of pressure amidst an atmosphere that's as intense as it comes. You've got to deal with that pressure.
The whistle, and here we go. So they meet again, these sides resuming hostilities at the start of the second half of the season.
Well, the atmosphere, Peter, demands something highly charged. Yeah, we all know who's better on paper or in the rankings, but pride and passion can be a great level, especially here.
Do have a chance to counter here. Lisandro Martinez gets across to intercept that. And he welcomes it in. Now it's Wirtz. Wirtz! And that is out of play. Wirtz. Up he goes! It's there!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Oh, lovely header, but really it was all about the delivery.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Sesko! Szoboszlai.
Really are pushing their fullbacks forward now.
Aiming to do what?
Well, it's a case of engaging your opponents further up the pitch to take the stick.
Oh, they could be caught out here. And here's Gakpo. Manchester United were imperious when the two sides last met, and the fans are asking for more of the same. Matheus Cunha. Lovely bit of skill. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Matheus Cunha, brilliantly cut out. Szoboszlai aimed forwards. Lisandro Martinez cuts out the pass. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Oh, super find. Sesko. Gray. Salah. Frimpong. Mohamed Salah. Lisandro Martinez with a fine tackle. Sesko. Oh, that's well done, really robust. And here's Isak. Oh, sweet feet. Frimpong crosses. Defending of the desperate variety. Szoboszlai wins the duel this time. That is a great pick out. Sesko! He's found some space. Great work on the overlap. Proves too strong. Oh, what's he giving here? Oh, the referee's decided that he was fouled outside the box, and it is just a free kick. And he shoots! No mistake! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. Right place, right time, and a fine instinctive finish.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
So that's two now without reply.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
And here's Isak. Oh, good spread. Manchester United has the league's best defensive record. And it's Bruno Fernandes. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Manchester United have got it back and they'll have another go. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, great chance! Oh, that's a fine challenge. Kirkes. He's in plenty of space here. Gakpo. And the keeper beats it away. Gray. Great defending, strong and determined. He can run onto that. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Frimpong shifted upfield. Gakpo. He's got space in the area. Can he find the finish? And he thumps it clear. And we've reached half-time. It's the first half compared with your expectations.
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Gakpo. Kirkes. And here's Wirtz. And the ball's come, could be danger here. Shapes to shoot! Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Moved on forwards. Kirkes, gently done. And it's Wirtz. In with the challenge. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, that's beautifully weighted. He's shifting through the gap. There's the shot! Oh, that is asking for trouble. It's run loose here. Oh, he's tripped him right on the cusp of the penalty area. And the referee has given a free kick just outside the box. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
Yeah, just noticing now about that defensive line and how much it's dropping. It's too deep for me.
And why do you think that would be?
Well, it's an obvious move to prevent the opposition.
Isak! Bruno Fernandes. Well, that's not the cross he had in mind. Wirtz does well to get it back. Uga. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Clears it away. That's really well manoeuvred. Konate. Oh, there's a probing ball. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Gakpo played out to the left flank. And they can counter here. Matheus Cunha. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Kerkez. And they win it back again. Isaac. And it's gone back to the keeper. Martinez. Sesko. Great ball if he can get there. That's a simple one for the keeper. He's managed to get free. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. We expected better, and so did he. Now, what about a counter-attack? Lisandro Martinez gets over and intercepts. Now it's Gakpo. Aldero gets it clear, and that's been won straight back. And here's Gakpo. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Can he spark a counter here? And it's played forward. Really well cleared, and claimed it back swiftly. Is there any support? He might not need it. Chance! And what a climax we had here! That was easy, almost too easy.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence. They were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
Manchester United give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish. And here's the chance to counter. That looks a good ball through. He is through here. And he's there to get it away. And that is that. Manchester United come up short. They will be taking nothing away from this one. An outcome which is thoroughly disappointing on all counts. The end of the game. So here we go, yet another page in this long rivalry that has existed between two grand teams. And that looks as though it will continue no matter what else happens, no matter what the hand of fate deals both of these parties. It has the look of a glitzy, grandiose occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So it is time to let them at it.
Well, you know my record in derbies, Peter, but despite all that, it's an experience I savoured. Yes, there's an awful lot of pressure amidst an atmosphere that's as intense as it comes. You've got to deal with that pressure.
So away we go then. So they meet again, these sides resuming hostilities at the start of the second half of the season.
Well, if the pre-game rhetoric is anything to go by, Peter, there's going to be a lot of strong stuff on show here. However it goes, we're in for something special.
Manchester United have the league's best defensive. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. Now it's Matheus Cunha. And he shoots! Good first touch and almost as good a second.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Vitz. That's really well manoeuvred. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Soboslai has it out wide and in space. Soboslai in acres of space out wide. A chance to play it in. Takes a shot! It's in!
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Well, that silenced the crowd, Peter. Item 1 on the to-do list. Done.
Manchester United were imperious when the two sides last met, and the fans are asking for more of the same. Mohamed Salah, no, not quite on the same wavelength. Manchester United already trailing here early on. They cannot afford to let this get worse.
Well, I would say that they've only got themselves to blame, Peter. They've been caught cold.
And Dyke, oh, there's a probing ball. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, great shot at goal! In he goes again. Taken with style. They have pulled themselves right back into it. Mamadashvili, some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, that's not the best attempt by the keeper, and he's just paid the ultimate price, hasn't he?
certainly made things interesting.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response. Really are pushing their fullbacks forward now.
Aiming to do what?
Well, it's a case of engaging your opponents further up the pitch to take the sting out of opposition attacks. It's effectively a wide press.
Mohamed Salah. Frimpong. And here's Gakpo. Bruno Fernandes. Could move up a gear here. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Plenty to aim at here. Šeško. And that did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Gray. Can he spark a counter here? That's an excellent interception. Chance! Goal! Manchester United! And the comeback is complete! Well, there was to be no other outcome. Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Salah. Beard is, of course, making his first start in quite a while now. Ugarte. It's Bruno Fernandes. Matches Cunha. Decent chance! That was very necessary. Martinez. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Picks it up out wide. Gray shifted upfield. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Can he latch on to this? And he's managed to get free. Keeper's got good distance on that. Now it's Mathias Cunha. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Mathias Cunha. Well read. And the danger is averted. Šeško, great defending, strong and determined. And we've reached half-time. Manchester United come roaring back in quite some style. We've got a very different game now. The midway point of the game.
Well, give me a moment to get my breath back. What a super half of football. Incident-packed, goals, comebacks, and the match being turned on its head. Which way it's going to go from here, it's anyone's guess.
Very little in it. The score at half-time is 2-1. If you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. That's surely a foul. Free kick. Kerkez gets it away. Played back in. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. Soboslai getting this one clear. Ugarte aimed forwards. Bruno Fernandes! Oh, Ugarte. It's Bruno Fernandes. Could be danger here. Can he finish? Split-second reaction.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Keeper's dealt with that. Frimpong attempts a clearance. Now it's Isak. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Frimpong gently done. Cuts out the pass. Wirtz does really well to win the ball there. Isak. Kerkez picks it up now. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. He's coming under serious pressure here.
Well, he needed subduing, and it was never going to be soft and gentle, so this could get ugly against him here.
Into the channel. He's in plenty of space here. It's Bruno Fernandes.
Mateus Cunha really
He ran himself into trouble there. Free kick given away. Time for a change in personnel. A warm ovation on his way off, and that is the least he deserves.
Look, you can only give your all, and he's delivered in that regard, and I think the manager has probably just spotted now a little tiredness creeping in, and, you know, if that's the case, then, you know, he's doing the right thing.
Kerkez over towards the opposite flank. Well, that looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. And here's Jones. Frimpong wins the duel this time. Over to the left. It's good running with the ball. Jones. Kerkez given the lift of his goal. And here's Isak. Nicely intercepted. Oh, good spread. Gets into some space. He's found a way through. And Dijk gets good distance on it. Martinez. Can he get onto this?
Manchester United clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Manchester United have turned to their bench, and we're going to have a substitution.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case. Manchester United surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Great challenge, time to perfection.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
He has found the way through. Goes for a shot! Oh, just lacked a decent finish. The changes then in quick succession.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Chiesa, he is just correct. Chance for a shot! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
The referee's looking at his watch. We could be done here. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. Konate gets rid without sophistication. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again.
Going nowhere fast is about the only way I can describe this. They've just got to be busier.
Ugarte. And that's that. Manchester United have done it with iron, with pragmatism, the sort you expect from a team like this. Admirable, enjoyable, and look how they reacted to that initial setback. Well, how will we look back on that?
Manchester United really were great today.
Manchester United come into this second leg brimming with confidence, following what turned out to be a truly convincing win last time out, a performance for which they were rightly lauded. Of course, there were the customary voices about exercising caution when their boss faced the press last night, but the general feeling seems to be that the job is more or less done, a mood that is clearly reflected in the atmosphere here. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. are raring to go here, eager to finish the job and move on.
Well, seeing how well they played last time round, Peter, and seeing how that's boosted their confidence and morale while sapping away that of their opponents, this could be just a case of delivering the coup de grace here.
We're underway. Manchester United, of course, having maximised home advantage and looking good to go through. Buchanan shifted upfield. Ah, such a clever touch. And out it comes again. Parejo. Decent chance! Aim forwards. And it's Buchanan. Nice interception, well timed. Menu forwards and with intent. Bruno Fernandes. Chance! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And it's Buchanan. Matheus Cunha. Good ball, good take. Whistle's gone, that's foul. And it's Buchanan. Charging forward, the ball at his feet. Menu. Parejo gently done. Still goalless at the moment. Gets it away. Parejo moved on forwards. Great work on the overlap. Bullish header! Yes!
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead. He's got away, and it's played forward. Lovely. He's having a shot! Oh, it could be danger here. And another try! Oh, he's really drilled it.
Well, look at him, furious at himself for missing. Having said that, the manager applauds his effort to find that bottom corner.